Hey everyone, today we're diving into the 22 LEGO Star Wars sets that are currently rumoured to be retiring at the end of 2025. Now, just as a quick disclaimer, this is not an official list, so do take it with a grain of salt. Some of these sets might stick around for longer, but as it stands, these are the ones that are currently retiring. We'll break down what we know so far and I'll share my thoughts on which ones are must-haves before they are gone. And remember, if any of these sets are on your wish list, it's best to grab them before December. By then they're often sold out and you don't want to miss out, so let's get into the first set. The first one on the list is the Razor Crest set 75331, and I'm really surprised LEGO is going to retire this at the end of 2025. I really thought they would keep it until 2026, as we know that's when the Mandalorian movie is coming out, and this would be a big seller for that movie premiere. However, I do feel like if they are going to retire this, they might be making another UCS set based on the Mandalorian. We might be getting the N1 Starfighter, which will be quite a cool addition to the whole Mandalorian series just in general. This has been on shelf for 3 years now, so it is kind of lining up correctly for when a UCS set would retire. I do think it is a good set, so you should definitely pick it up if you can, and if you are going to pick it up, make sure to do it before November, because I feel like this set's going to sell out way before November even comes. The next one we have is the Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder set 4755, and I'll be very surprised if LEGO keeps this on for 2026. I feel like LEGO's done this set just for 1 year, just to give it a bit of nostalgia to the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars that we had in 2024. I feel like this one is a must buy. Even if you don't like it, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I think for the Imperial Dropship, not that many people were a fan of it, but I just think it fits in so well with the whole nostalgia of LEGO Star Wars, and especially the exclusive minifigure has such a powerful message behind it. I think this belongs on everybody's shelves, to be honest, so if you are going to pick this up, make sure to do it, because it is a LEGO exclusive, so you can only buy from LEGO, and due to that, it's going to sell out quite fast before December, so if you are going to buy, get it before December. I think November will be a fine time frame for this. Now this one is a surprise. This is the Darth Vader helmet, set 75304, and originally, this was supposed to retire in 2026, not 2025, so I'm not too sure why LEGO has pulled it 1 year early. I'm not going to get into the politics on why LEGO has brought this back by 1 year, because LEGO has a reason for everything and we can't argue at the end of the day. Is this set worth it? Yes, I'll say it's worth it for myself. I think it looks amazing. I know people are not a big fan of the mouthpiece, but this is one I'm going to get because I do want to finish off my helmet collection, and this one I still don't have. However, it is a bit pricey though. It's £69.99, which I believe is the most expensive helmet series LEGO has released for Star Wars. I might be wrong there. If I am wrong, do let me know. But this one, I do see it being a Christmas gift for many people, so this is 100% going to sell out before November as well. I do think you can probably get this on discount at times. Probably a £10 discount is probably the best, but it's a good set from what I can see. If you are going to get it, get it. Now we have the UCS X-Wing Starfighter, set 75355, and I do think this has had a short shelf life. It came out in May 2023 and it's already retiring. Usually you'd see these sets on for at least a minimum of 3 years. I know this is getting at 2.5 years, but I still feel like it's such an iconic ship that I think LEGO should always have on the shelf, just like the Millennium Falcon. This is 100% the best UCS X-Wing Starfighter we've ever got, and I do think we are going to see another one in the future. So it's not like you do have to get this one right now. I do think we'll see this game in another maybe 5 to 8 years. Long time, so if you do want to get it right now, get it, because it is an amazing set. And I think this pairs so nicely with the TIE Interceptor that we got in 2024. So having these two next to each other definitely creates an iconic look in your collection. This one I would say you should get if you do like UCS sets. If you don't care about UCS sets, then just skip it. It's not for you. The Onyx Cinder set 75374, and 100% this is retiring in 2025. This has sold terribly from what I've heard. It hasn't done good on any storefront. I see this set discounted so much, and especially in Smith's UK, they're not even buying any more sets for their online store. They are only selling it in store now, because I don't think it's selling too much, and it's been on a 35% discount for such a long time. It's a shame though, because the Skeleton Crew show is really good, but I don't think the popularity of that show is enough to save this set. But to be honest, I don't think LEGO was intending for this to be longer than 2025 anyway. Is it worth it? Only on a discount, I'll say. I think it's a bit pricey for what it is, so if you can get on a discount, especially in the UK, Smith sells these for like £80, which is a massive discount. It is like 35% discount, so definitely do get on a discount if you can. Now this one, I'm really going to be surprised if it does retire at the end of 2025, is the Imperial Star Destroyer set 75394. I feel like if this actually does retire at the end of 2025, I think it's because LEGO wants to keep the minifigure more exclusive. But apart from the exclusive minifigure, it's such a good build. It's one of the best Imperial Star Destroyers we ever got in play scale. I feel like we should always have an Imperial Star Destroyer on the shelves just because it's such an iconic ship in Star Wars, and everybody always likes Imperial Star Destroyer. I think this one is 100% worth it. So if you are going to pick it up, make sure to pick up as soon as possible, because you don't want to be waiting around until the end of the year when it's already sold out. Now this one isn't technically a Star Wars themed set, it is a sub-film of Star Wars, but it's the BrickHeadz Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader set 40547. To put it simply, you either like BrickHeadz or you don't. If you don't like it, then you of course going to skip it. If you do like it, I think this one is worth a pickup. The Darth Vader one is really cool. The Obi-Wan Kenobi one is okay, but Darth Vader is definitely the highlight in this set. The Ghost and Phantom 2 set 75357, and I'm quite confident this is going to retire at the end of 2025. I don't think LEGO's going to re-extend the date. Mainly because this was supposed to retire at the end of 2024, but LEGO already pushed it forward due to the popularity of the set. I do feel like 2025 is the right year, because it would have been 2 years since the Ahsoka TV show came out, and I think people are slowly forgetting about that show, so it's time to bring in a new TV show set. Maybe we'll get more Skeleton Crew stuff, or another Andor set that might replace it in 2026, which will be quite cool. I 100% do think this is worth the money. You're not going to see this on sale that much due to it being an exclusive. You might see it on sale for May the 4th or near Christmas time if they have too much stock, but I don't think they're going to have too much stock. This is definitely going to sell out quite late into 2025, so probably around November, December time as well. So if you are going to get it, make sure to get it as soon as possible. Ahsoka Tanos T6 Shuttle set 75362, and I think this is going to retire at the end of 2025. I don't see any reason why LEGO would extend it by one more year, especially since the Ahsoka show came out 2 years ago. This one wasn't really too popular. The build is good, like the Founder build is really good. How when you look at the back of it, it just feels like it's unfinished. They could have added more red pieces. The only reason I would get this set is for the minifigures. The Mark minifigure is cool. The Ahsoka minifigure is cool, but you did get her in the advent calendar. And the droid figure is cool. I can't remember its name, so excuse me for that, but that droid figure is so cool, so unique. That mold is really good. On to the next one, Ambush on Mandalore Battle Pack, set 75373. I'm going to be surprised if this does retire in 2025. I feel like LEGO should be keeping this until 2026, so it ties in with the Mandalorian movie perfectly. However, if they don't, I do think this is one you should be picking up, but not at full price. You should definitely get on a discount. The main reason I like the set is because of the Imperial minifigures. They look amazing, and that helmet mold is superb. The Mandalorians, they're kind of simple. You've kind of got similar ones in the past, so they're not a big selling point, but the Imperial minifigures are definitely the reason why I want to get this set. Next we have Pacifisters and Moff Gideon Battle Pack, set 75386. Just like the Ambush of Mandalore Battle Pack, I think this should stay until 2026, mainly because of the Mandalorian movie, but also the minifigures are quite cool. By that I only mean the two minifigures. Pacifist and Moff Gideon are very good minifigures in this set. Build is really cool, however, if they are going to retire both of them at the end of 2025, kindly get it. It is a battle pack at the end of the day and they don't always sell too well. Is this one worth a buy? I would say yes, only for the minifigures, but to be honest, that build is quite cool, and I know you can combine these sets together with the Ambush and Mandalore Battle Pack, which is a very neat addition. Moving on to the Starship Collection lineup, we have the Tanative Force, set 75376. I'm surprised that this is rumored to retire at the end of 2025. I feel like this should be on shelves until 2026. I know it's celebrating the 25 years of Star Wars, so I think they might want to get it off shelves before the 25 years of Star Wars kind of becomes irrelevant. But it is such a good looking set, and it's definitely worth a buy if you haven't got it already. It's one of my favourite in the Starship Collection lineup as well. Moving on, we got the second ship in the Starship Collection lineup, the Invisible Hand, set 75377. Once again, I'm quite surprised to see this being rumoured to leave in 2025. I do think it does deserve a spot in the 2026 year, and it should retire at the end of 2026. Out of all the starships we got in 2024, I feel like this is the weakest one, but it is definitely the coolest one in terms of the, what do you call it, a play feature? I'll say it's a play feature that you are able to split it in half. It's a very nice Easter egg, which references the movie quite well. I bought this one really recently, and it does really look good, so this does deserve a spot on your shelf. Next up, we have the Droideka, set 75381, and it is a bit of a surprise that they're retiring this one quite early. It is a really cool set. It has an amazing feature that you can roll up into a ball and just roll on the ground perfectly. When I got the set, I didn't really enjoy the build part of it. However, it does look amazing as a display piece. Is it worth to be part of your collection? 100%. It looks amazing. I feel like if you do miss out on it, then you're not going to miss out on much, because you can just build it yourself, but you are going to miss out on the plaque, of course. But if you can get it on a good discount, definitely do pick it up before it retires this year. The Crimson Firehawk, set 75384. I'm not going to talk too much about this one. It's a 4+ set. It doesn't really appeal to anybody. It's really overpriced. Even if you get a discount on it, it's still overpriced. I would say skip it unless you really want the minifigures, but nobody really liked the Jedi Adventures TV show. I think that was what it's called. Yeah, a quick and easy one, just skip it. We now got the Luke Skywalker X-Wing mech set 75390. The mechs you really only buy for the minifigures, but you can get these minifigures in other sets, so I don't think this is really worth a buy. However, if you don't have this Luke minifigure yet, then I say pick up the mech, but apart from that, it's a standard set that you either like or you don't like. The Bark Speeder Escape Scene, set 75378, and this one I think is going to be retired at the end of 2025. This was more of a fun one that LEGO threw in, and they wanted to test the waters with how it would go. I don't think this one has sold too well, especially for the price. I think it's a bit too expensive. I think it was £5 cheaper, it would have been amazing. But there's nothing unique to the set apart from that Jedi minifigure. The build's okay, it's a fun little build, but I just think it doesn't really have that wow factor to it. If you're not going to get it, I see why, because there's nothing special to it, so probably one to miss out if you don't really care for it. Mos Espa Podrace diorama, set 75380, and I do think this is actually going to retire at the end of 2025. Reason behind it is that it hasn't done too well in terms of the selling figures, and it wasn't really popular to begin with. I think nobody really liked it. I think when we heard we were getting a Mos Espa Podrace diorama, we were over the moon, it was going to look amazing, but when we actually saw it, it's very lackluster. It looks like a micro bag build with a few extra studs for the background. It just doesn't capture Podrace that well, so I think this one is a skip. It's one of my least favourite diorama sets ever. Moving on to the next one, we've got this Ahsoka Tanos set 75385. This one, it does make sense to retire at the end of 2025, mainly because I don't think it's done too well in terms of popularity. The only good thing about this set is the minifigures. The Ahsoka minifigure and the Thrawn minifigure are excellent. I do believe the only reason you should get this set is just for the minifigures. The build is okay, but it's like the Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan set we got similar a few years ago. Now this one does make sense to retire at the end of 2025. It's the Creative Play Droid Builder, it's 75392. The reason why I say it makes sense is because I don't really think anybody's really interested in it. The only reason people are buying this set, I think, is just for the exclusive minifigure. I won't lie, it's quite cool what LEGO did here. It's very creative. It inspires lots of creativity for young fans as well. But apart from that, I don't think there's much else to it. It's really pricey for what it is, so I think that hinders it a lot. This one I do think is going to be a Christmas gift for most people, so if you are going to get it, probably get it before the Christmas rush, because I think this is going to be on everybody's stocking. The TIE Fighter and X-Wing Mashup set 75393. This one, I really hate it. I don't know why, there's something about it that just looks really weird to me. It feels like it feels more compact and more bulky, especially the X-Wing. The X-Wing just looks really bulky to me. I don't know why. And don't get me started on that TIE Fighter. I think it's the worst one we've ever had. The cockpit window just looks horrendous. It's very bulky at the front, which it may be a bit more accurate, but I just don't think it translates too well. I think the previous TIE Fighter we got in an official set by itself was much better than this. Like, it's unique that you can combine these two sets together, but I don't think it's visually appealing. The minifigures are also not up to par. These are characters that not that many people cared about in the show. For me, it's going to be a skip. I think we are going to get another X-Wing and another TIE Fighter soon, so I don't think this one is worth buying in my opinion. On to the last one that's retiring at the end of 2025 is the Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit, set 75396. This one I do think it does deserve to retire at the end of 2025. It is such a horrendous set, it's really overpriced. It's not that special, like the minifigures are okay. Like the Luke Skywalker and Han Solo minifigures are really nice, and the exclusive minifigure is good as well, but the set is just overpriced and it just doesn't look appealing to me at all. I think what I'm saying is going to be controversial. I think you either like it or you don't like it. For me, it's going to be a skip, but let me know what you guys are going to do with this set. Now, those are all of the LEGO Star Wars sets that are scheduled to retire at the end of 2025. Do remember that this is a rumored list, it's not official. We won't know the official list until later on into the year, probably late 2025. So these can change, they might be pushed another year forward. However, if any of these sets are on your wish list, you might as well get them as soon as possible so you don't miss out. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and make sure to like the video, it helps me a lot. I'll be making sure to make more videos like this if you do enjoy it. And don't forget to put in the comments on what set you want to get.